Yes, welcome back to the 5 on 5 podcast. I am your host, Jupiter Williams, aka Travis Jones, aka Mr. First Thursday, aka Brunch Poppy, aka I
I
ain't
didn't know
got
you had
nothing
this
else
many.
after
I didn't know
that.
you had that many aliases.
I guess so. I mean, I got it on my IG profile, so
Oh
it's up
shit!
there. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm your co-host, Neek Lopez,
AKA
aka
Quartz
Nico
Lopez,
Lopez, Quartz
aka
Lopez,
The Freak, aka True Rock,
aka Little
aka
Neek.
Little Neek, aka what was the other one?
It'll come to us. We have a lot. There's a lot of
We do.
aliases that have stemmed from this show.
We do. As you can see, there's only two of us right now. Colin is playing overseas with our homie Eli. Pause. Um, so he will not be able to make it. Well, hopefully he'll be able to jump in for a cameo, but it's just you just get us right now.
Yeah, it's
So
just his.
5 on 5 is presented to you by directmusicservice.com and also by Nuke's Hot Sauce. You can go ahead and use the promo code 5 on 5. That's FIVEON on both of those. Get yourself some hot sauce, get yourself some music, DJs, holla at us, get yourselves right, get your crates right, because we all have it right there at Direct Music Service. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe, and ding the bell to be notified every time we drop a video to see our beautiful faces.
Yeah,
Right?
that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was my first time.
Pretty good.
Actually,
That was
getting
actually
into that.
pretty solid. No practice run.
No practice. Hey, one take Jones.
Love that. So
go.
Today for the 5 on 5, we're doing something a little bit different, similar to how we did an older episode where we weren't prepared. So I suggested that we put our libraries on shuffle and we hit the next button 5 times, and whoever we land on is going to be our head-to-head.
That's right.
So let's set that up.
Let's go.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, who do you have? I really hope it's like something at least we know, because like I was scared that we were gonna get something weird. Then hit it again.
Okay, I can rock with this one. Okay. I have Flosstradamus.
Oh, that's hilarious. I have Vampire Weekend.
Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm with this one right now.
All right.
Okay, so Flosstradamus number 1 came up. I don't know this song yet.
I don't know. I might have to do it.
We are going to be doing number crunches on this.
Number crunch. I have Vampire Weekend's A Punk. All right, stand by.
Yo, I know the Vampire Weekend song, so I'm gonna go with "Came Up" by Flosstradamus, featuring Post Malone and Key. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Flosstradamus on that one.
Came Up.
Yep.
I'm going with A Punk on this one.
Okay.
This one is okay. Let's keep it going.
Wait, are we going to 2? Okay.
Round 2.
Round 2. We have Vampire Weekend Campus versus
versus Too Much by Flosstradamus.
Oh, you got to go Too Much.
I'm going with Campus.
Are you okay?
This is so funny because I'm just not into Floss at all.
Really?
At all. This does not it does not scratch an itch for me at all.
Oh, Flosstradamus. I play some Flosstradamus in my set, man.
That is so funny.
Oh, this is great. Okay. Round 3. Round 3, we have Flosstradamus Sound Clash versus Vampire Weekend
This Life.
Okay.
So This Life actually features Haim.
Okay,
Yeah,
so with the strength of that, I'm just gonna go with Vampire Weekend to be honest with you, because you know our infinity for
the Heim
Heim,
sisters.
and God, love those girls to death. So
Yeah,
Vampire
this
Weekend
I'm
gets it
going with
just on the
Vampire
strength,
Weekend.
on the strength on the feature.
We take the Heim.
We do.
We take our Heim very seriously around these
Yo,
parts.
Heim is pretty much gonna win 90% of the time if they show up. In my book,
Yo, I did not know they were that fun.
they were dope.
I had no
Those white
idea.
girls are fun.
White girls are fun. Round 4, Vampire Weekend, Harmony Hall versus Flosstradamus MVP featuring Smoke Perp. And this is the Nightmare remix.
Yes, I've heard this Nightmare remix before, and I'm gonna go with Flosstradamus on that one.
Oh man, I'm going with Vampire. I
Yeah,
just I anybody that knows me knows that I'm not gonna pick a Flosstradamus song. It's not that it sucks, it's just not in my wheelhouse at all.
yeah, it's very festival.
Yeah,
You gotta be in the mindset to rock out like festival style.
yes.
So
So round 5, Vampire Weekend Step versus Two Turned Up by Flosstradamus. And I'll be honest, I don't think I know what this. I need to be reminded on this.
I have to go with
Vampire song.
Flosstradamus on that one, because I saw Waka perform this with Riff, or when I was on tour with Riff. So
You
just
saw
on
Waka?
the,
Yeah, this Waka was on this,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
I'm
just on the
going to
strength of
go with
that.
Floss. I'm gonna go with Floss on this one because I went to a Waka show and he did this.
Hey, Waka's the man, bro.
I went to a Waka show at Brooklyn Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so crazy. I saw a girl get punched so hard in the face by another girl, like Mike Tyson, this poor woman.
Word.
And it was just a really wild show. It was crazy. Was so
Yo,
much
shout
fun.
out Waka. And shout out Waka's mom. Waka's mom is an OG in the game. And
Is
this
she
scary
like
lady. He demands a lot of respect. So shout
okay.
out.
I thought you meant like she's like a rapper or something. I was like,
No,
what?
no. She's just real old school, been around all
She'll
those guys,
just
and she's a G, bro.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
All
So
right. So that's the
I mean
5
that's
on 5.
that.
I don't think it really
Yeah,
is even
there's no
worth coming
winner.
up with a winner.
No.
We're all winners here.
No, but we definitely need to put that on the lightning round when we get to the lightning round, because those are two
Yes.
polarizing groups right there, or two polarizing artists, I should say. So, what we gonna get into today, because this is gonna be a different 5-on-5. Neek and I, we are the movie buffs of the group. We also are the sports buffs of the group too. So
I feel like we always try our hardest to like implement movies and sports into the show, and we never really get a chance to like nerd out on it because this is a music show,
right,
specifically a DJ show.
but it
So
goes hand
like
in hand though.
it does go hand in hand. So we can talk like soundtracks, or we can talk like documentaries and stuff like that.
I got some stuff to talk about. Okay,
But I'm excited to dive in.
yeah, let's dive.
Even
Let's
if it's
dive.
just for one episode, I'm excited to like dive in.
Yeah, let's dive a little bit. Okay, so let's just start off with movies and shows first. I'll just be real quick. I'm going off of the shows that I watched. Our Father.
Okay.
You watched that one yet?
I saw trailers for it. I haven't seen that.
That one's trippy. That's about the doctor that's inseminating his patients
with
his own sperm.
Okay.
Yeah, with his own
Holy
sperm.
shit.
So he's got like about 100 kids out there, man.
Oh my god.
Like the way that it happened, the way that they found out is, like the 23andMe, the DNA
Wait,
stuff.
this is real?
This is real, bro.
Oh my god.
This is real. So when all those DNA,
this is not what I thought it was.
Nope.
I was thinking of a different show.
All these DNA companies came out, and these people went to the DNA companies, to just see, where they're from and whatnot. And Some of them, well, the first couple ones, it came back and it had their family tree, but then it had all of these half brothers and sisters, and they're like, "Yo, what the?" I thought it was just,
Whoa.
my mom, my pops, and our brother right here.
Who's
But
this?
like, who's this? Like, other 26 people, and they all, not all of them, a majority of them lived in the same area too.
Oh shit.
Bro, get this though. Because this is not a spoiler. This is real life stuff. You can look this up, right?
This happened, yeah.
So, this one lady, right, back in the 70s or 80s or whatever, 70s, she gets inseminated by the doctor, right? By his own sperm.
Yeah.
Lady has the kid. Down the road, later on, she grows up, the daughter grows up and whatnot, and her gynecologist is this doctor. And this same doctor does her fertility too.
So his daughter, basically?
He inseminated his own daughter with his sperm.
Oh my God.
Bam.
That is, what a fucking monster.
Monster, bro. All these kids, majority of the kids came out blonde hair, blue eyes. What's that saying? What's that saying?
Yeah, trust no one. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
It's
a good watch though. You should watch. You should watch
it. I'm gonna watch it.
It's fucked up, but you should watch it.
But I'm gonna watch it. God damn, that's a hard thing to start on.
Yeah. We deep. Hey, we're potting today, okay?
We're potting.
We are potting today. All right, Ozark. Ozark had
Ozark. Yo, you and Colin love Ozark. I have not seen more than 2 episodes of Ozark.
Fam, it's so good.
Did it finish?
It finished. It's
okay.
It's done. Those of y'all who haven't watched it, I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but it is one of those endings, those Soprano ending,
Okay.
It's up there with the Sopranos of how it ended. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
let me just quote.
I don't even want to react to that because
let me quote Biggie on this one. Who shot you? Let's we can end it like that. Atlanta, have you been watching the new season of Atlanta?
I am 1 episode behind. I haven't seen the latest episode.
Okay, I'm 2 episodes behind. What are your thoughts on this new season?
I love it. At first I was a little annoyed at the episodes that don't feature the main characters.
Right.
Because in my head, I'm like, wow, well, all of them have kind of blown up since
all of them,
the first season.
Every single one.
Everyone's price went up.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's probably like a way to
100%
get around that. But also, like, it's directed by Donald Glover, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So these are still his stories that are being written, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. Him and his brother.
Yeah. So it still counts. It's not continuity, but it's really good writing and they're really good stories. If you just kind of take away the fact that the main characters aren't in these episodes and these are fillers and just kind of take them as that, because they do kind of build the environment.
Right.
And the setting, it's still good. I love it. I think it's hilarious. What I'm really into though is the fashion. Paperboy and Darius are fucking dipped in this season.
Yeah, they are. And Darius even more so, man. Good
Darius
Lord.
is so fresh this season.
How about what was that? The second or third episode when they were trying to get Paperboy to wear the jersey, right?
Oh yeah.
And
was that what he was wearing? Like, was that the cardigan or was that the trench?
I think it was the cardigan.
He had this Gucci cardigan that was just fucking incredible. I've been like deep diving on his fits, and basically it's just like very expensive Gucci pieces every episode.
Whoever their stylist is, shout out.
Yeah, Paperboy's wearing a lot of designer stuff, but different brands. And, but Darius is almost every episode has like some major Gucci piece on
and just dripped. Just
It's
dreads.
crazy.
It's so
Like
nice.
heavily layered, like a lot
Yes.
of layers. He's fresh as fuck in this
So
season.
fresh.
I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, so fresh. Um, what I'm taking from this season of Atlanta is they are overseas, right?
Yes, they're in Europe.
So they're not in Atlanta. So every single time it diverts from the main characters, they go back to the city of Atlanta. You
Yes.
know what I mean? So
That's a great
that
point. Yeah.
that's what I'm taking from it. I understand that in real life that they're fucking busy as fuck because they all blew up. So what better way to offset all of this than to have them
With
go
some Atlanta
overseas?
lore.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy is that episode, I think it was the first or second episode that they did that with the family, with the adopted children.
Right, yeah, like the second episode.
Yeah, that's
Or wait
real.
a minute. No, that was the first episode. That's
I
how
think
it
that was the
started.
first episode. That's how the show starts, right?
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
started.
that's a real story.
Oh,
That
100%.
really happened.
Yeah.
Except the ending was different.
Right.
So they changed the narrative a little bit, but like it's based on reality, which is fucking wild.
So crazy. And I just love how I knew something was up though, because the first scene they're in the classroom and the teacher said, we're going to the premiere of Black Panther 2.
Right.
Yeah. So I knew something was up with
You're
that.
like, okay, something's up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, did we jump in the future? Like, did we have a time
Yeah.
jump or what's really going on here?
Like,
And then
what's the setting now?
yeah. Then it all kind of was Donald Glover dreaming that?
Yes, that was a dream.
Okay.
So that was Ern's dream. At the end of the episode, he wakes up.
Gotcha. Yeah, that episode was trippy. Okay, moving on. The Staircase, which is on HBO, but they also have the documentary on Netflix that came out in 2018. So it's about the wife that died falling down the stairs. Did she
Oh,
or
this is
did
like a
she
true
not?
crime thing.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some true crime. Put me on.
Oh, it's good. It's a good watch. HBO, of course,
Okay.
doesn't miss when it comes to dramatizing things. So the
I just got
HBO,
HBO, so I'm like locked in now.
yeah, HBO depiction of this is amazing. Colin Firth is playing Michael Peterson. Tony Colletti is playing the wife that dies, and it's they just act their asses off, man.
Would you recommend watching the documentary before the drama?
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. For me, any kind of drama like that, I think watching the documentary first and then watching the dramatization of it after is the way to go.
Yeah.
I.e., Winning Time.
Winning Time. This is
Best
the
TV show
right here.
Best TV show on TV.
Winning Time is the shit, bro. Like,
it's so good.
It's so good. I find myself consistently after every episode fact checking everything.
Right.
Those who don't know, Winning Time is also another HBO show based on the Showtime Lakers in the 80s. With Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. It is fucking incredible. It is so good. The casting is perfect. The setting, the set designs, the stylizing is fucking perfect. It's just so good. The cinematic, like the cameras, the filters they use,
the editing. Oh my god,
the editing is fucking perfect. Like it puts you in a setting. There's moments where it's like you're just watching HD 1080p, and then it switches to like a grainy 70s type I guess filter, and then there's like moments like third wall breaking, like The Office, for fourth wall breaking, like The Office. That aren't like overly cheesy. Like it kind of it's like letting you know, we know you're watching a biopic, but here's like a quick here's context.
It's these characters understand. Okay, the characters are playing real people. They're
Yes.
based off of real people, but the characters in the show understand that it is a TV show.
Yeah, so it's and the show does like have the disclaimer that like, these are based off real people and real events, and this is like,
Yeah.
made for TV.
Mm-hmm.
So I think every now and then they break just to like let you in on context of certain conversations.
Right. What did he say? He said hey, he said, "You're holding out on me. You're holding out on me." And he turns to the camera. He's holding out on me.
Yeah,
Then he
like
goes
in
back
those
into the
moments, like
argument.
I like, because usually it's just like, well, this guy, blah 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 blah. But in like the heated moments, now all of a sudden I'm in the argument.
Right.
Like,
oh, so
can you
genius.
fucking believe this guy type shit?
Adam McKay is
It's
genius.
so good. It's so good. I'm so sad that I feel. Is it one season right now?
It's 2 seasons.
Okay,
Well,
because I feel like
they said that they're gonna come back. That's what they say.
I'm feeling
Money talks too. So
I'm coming towards the end of season 1.
okay.
And I haven't looked to see how many seasons or episodes there was. I just hit play,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh shit, it's coming to an end, and I'm like really upset about it.
Yeah, they got to keep it going. They have to, because the guy that played Larry Bird is so good, and I can't crazy. Foresee them passing up that actor and that character in the TV show. For just a one season, I can't see them doing that. They have to bring it back.
I'm definitely excited to see where we leave off, to see if there's more story to tell. You finished it, right?
I finished it.
Is there more story to tell?
So much more story to tell.
Because now I'm like, I don't even want you to tell me where it leaves off.
Right.
Even though I know the gist of everything.
Let's just say it ends in a way that the characters want more and you want more.
Okay, cool.
If that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we all know the actual story.
Right.
From, the gist of it, the general story. Those of us who are dorks for the sport. But, I mean, it depends. Like, if it leaves off with, I don't know, like where they're, towards the ends of their careers, or like after the dream team, like there's really not much more stories to tell after that.
Right. And they're only doing that one season, Magic's rookie season.
Right.
So
like, and
there's still so much more story to tell.
So much more story after that.
Yeah. Because like Neek, you and I were talking about the amount of championships the Lakers won.
Yes.
In the 80s and whatnot, and the rivalry with Bird. Like
that whole thing
only scratched the surface with that.
Yeah, this is just literally the beginning of it. This could go, you could literally tell at least 4 to 5 years.
You can go 10 seasons. You can go
truly, if you're just doing a season per episode, I mean season per season.
Yeah. You could do the whole decade of the 80s.
100%. This you could just do the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And those boys had exciting lives, so I feel like
exciting, man. Golly. Okay, here's my question though. How do you think the show would have fared if Will Ferrell was Jerry Buss?
Oh, that's right, because he was supposed to. Was he supposed to do it?
It wasn't that he was supposed to do it. He really wanted to do it. And then
they got his buddy.
Yeah. So when he found out that John C. Reilly was playing Jerry Buss, he went straight to Adam McKay. And Adam McKay was like, oh, I think I know what's happening here. And Will Ferrell's like, yep, we're done. And then walked out, and they haven't talked since.
So he got mad at the director.
It sounds like it was something where him and Adam McKay have been talking for years about doing a Showtime Lakers, TV show or movie. Yeah. And Will Ferrell was like, yeah, I gotta be Jerry Buss.
And he was like, yeah, of course. And then went with John C. Reilly, his friend.
Yeah. But see, they're all friends though, right? because
Okay,
Adam
yeah.
McKay and Will Ferrell had their production company, Dirty Sanchez.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. And so, I mean, I feel like John C. Riley's doing great.
John C. Reilly killed it.
I think he did so good.
I don't think
So
I could.
I mean, I like Will Ferrell. I think I would have loved to gotten to see Will Ferrell in a more serious role.
Right,
I mean, because
but
it's not like Jerry Butts. He's
John
not
C. Riley did such
serious.
a nice dance of serious and comedy though within the
Yeah.
show. You know
I'm
that.
also like really excited that John C. Riley gets to be a main character
Yeah,
versus
that
a
too.
host. So, like, just as a fan and not being subjective, like, and I mean, and being subjective, like, versus like, oh, that's fucked up that they left, Will Ferrell out of
Right.
this. Like, just taking the product as it is, I'm happy with what came out. I
Oh,
think
same.
it's cool to see John C. Riley in like the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because he always co-stars with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's nice to see. I mean, I would have loved to see Will. I think he would have done great, but you know,
I think he would have done great too, but the I just can't. It's so hard for me to unsee John C. Riley now
yeah,
because he
that's where
did
I'm at.
such a great
Like,
role. He did such a great job with this.
yeah,
Okay.
he fucking nailed it.
Nailed it. Nailed it. So, Winning Time. You guys need to watch it. Great
Watch
show on
Winning
TV.
Time. It's fucking fantastic.
And then after you watch it, go ahead and watch the Magic
Magic
Time
Doc. What's that? Apple TV?
on Apple TV. Yeah, go ahead and watch that so that you can have some reference back to the show, and do your research. Do your research because
I think they did
everybody is upset.
Showtime. What they did do the 40-40, the 40 for 40. Is that
30
what
for
it is?
30.
30 for 30. Sorry. The 30 for
Um,
30. Did they do a Showtime one?
mm-mm.
I feel like there's Showtime Laker documentaries all over the place. Just
No,
fucking
there is though. Like there is Showtime Laker documentaries all over the place. So yeah, just go do your research. Do your research because a lot of people are upset about their portrayal of the show. Um, but if you just go back and do your research, you get a better understanding of why they did the choices that they made in the TV show.
yeah.
So, movies real quick. Firestarter.
Haven't seen
Firestarter
that.
is in theaters. It's a remake of the Stephen King classic Firestarter. This new movie is starring Zac Efron. Love that man.
Love Zach.
Love Zac Efron. Let's go. Yeah, Zac Efron. Love that guy. So he's starring in the movie. It's really good. They had a movie back in the 80s that starred Drew Barrymore as a little girl in Firestarter. So
My
it was all
sister is
right.
obsessed with Drew Barrymore.
Your sister should know Firestarter then.
My sister used to back when my sister is basically raised me. She was my guardian growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and our house was like, because she was obviously young, it was like a teenage girl's shrine.
Oh
Drew
yeah.
Barrymore. Like we had framed pictures of Drew Barrymore throughout our house, like in our family. Like
Oh,
she's
that's
basically a
great.
part of our family. It's so weird.
Does she have a picture of Drew Barrymore running with Ghostface behind her?
Oh my god, that'd be so sick.
Yeah.
No, they were all like glamour shots.
Ah.
So odd.
You remember
People
Drew
come to our house
Barrymore
like,
was
is
in
that
Wayne's World?
Drew Barrymore?
Remember she was in Wayne's World?
Was she?
Yeah, she was a receptionist in Wayne's World.
Oh
A
my god, I have to
receptionist
go
for
back and
one of the
watch it.
record labels.
Now I gotta go rewatch it.
Yeah. It was either Wayne's World 1 or Wayne's World 2, one of the two.
How funny.
Um
Sorry, Firestarter.
Firestarter.
I gotta watch that.
Watch it. It's good. It's a good watch. It's a good watch. It's
Did you
like
see X, the A24 horror movie?
I did see X. Yes.
I'm
I liked
watching
it.
that. I'm watching that today.
Okay.
I've been putting it off just because I just haven't really had time with work and
Yeah.
everything. And I missed it in theaters, so like I was
Hmm.
waiting for a stream to pop up.
Yeah, I watched it a couple like a month ago on Plex, and it's very very reminiscent of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Very
Very very
slasher
reminiscent of
flick,
that. Yeah. Um
based in
even
the
even the
70s.
first not the very first scene, like one of the first scenes with the whole cast in it, it's just stolen right off of Texas Chainsaw Massacre's playbook. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a good watch. It's a good watch. It's all right. Let's see. Top Gun. Top Gun 2. It's gonna be theaters. Fam, did you
Are
see
you
the
excited?
previews?
Yeah.
Okay, did you see the preview in IMAX?
No, no, Sony
So
Dolby.
IMAX has, for IMAX, they do a special preview and they do an extended version of
Oh
the
wow.
trailer, an extended version of a scene too. And oh my god, I'm watching that movie. That movie
Okay.
looks
It doesn't look
dope.
dope to you. I'm
It
just like
looks dope.
I'm so apprehensive of like 80s sequels.
I was too until I saw this preview in IMAX.
I'll watch
And
the
I'm like, all right,
IMAX.
you could take my money, Tom. You got
I'll
it.
check it out. Tom's cool. Like I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll probably see it. Is this an IMAX watch?
Yes, this is definitely an IMAX watch. 100% an IMAX watch.
The last IMAX movie I saw was what was the 1917? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
The war
1917.
movie?
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
last IMAX movie I watched. Other
Dang.
than that, I'm usually going to Galaxy to see the Sony Digital or Sony Dolby,
Oh yeah, the Dolby
theaters.
Atmos,
The
whatever.
Dolby Atmos movies. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to those theaters.
Gotcha. Well, I saw the Top Gun trailer in IMAX during Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Can we talk?
We can talk spoiler free, but we can talk.
Spoiler free? We're keeping it spoiler free?
We should keep it spoiler free.
Okay, we're gonna keep it spoiler free.
We should keep it spoiler free. Has it been long enough?
This is the second week. Like everybody this knows. Is the second week that it's in theaters.
Okay. So that means by the time, what's today? Saturday. We'll be going on 2.5, 3 weeks by the time this episode drops.
Yes.
I feel like the big drop in the middle we can talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
But let's start. How many times have you watched it? Once?
I've only seen it once, unfortunately.
I've only seen it once. But I've also had time to like me and you have dorked out and like done deep dives.
Yeah, we've processed.
I will ask you this because this is the case for me.
Yes.
Now that it's been some time and you've thought things over, are your feelings drifting? Is your rating changing from your initial viewing?
My rating's not changing. My rating's not changing. I just
were your initial expectations met?
Yes, for the
most part.
Yeah, for the most part, absolutely.
It's absolutely not. This wasn't my.
It's not my favorite Marvel movie by far.
I think that's what I'm getting at. It's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite.
Right. But I'll tell you this though, it's my favorite Doctor Strange movie. Hands down, my favorite Doctor Strange movie.
I like the first one a lot.
I like the first one a lot too, but for me, Kevin Feige unleashed Sam Raimi on the MCU.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. I liked it. I don't dislike it. I'm not trying to make it seem like I disliked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, and I'm glad we got to see Doctor Strange. Like, we're finally at a point where we can see Doctor Strange in full.
Right. Right.
It's cool to see him like doing the universe jumping. And,
yeah.
like, because that's like.
I wanted more of that though. I did want more of that.
There wasn't a lot of it. Like, now that you think about it, it's kind of brief, but like, I guess it doesn't really add to the storytelling. Like, because it's more of a visual thing. We watch him do it.
It was, yeah. Yeah.
But like, what does that add to a story unless the setting of where you are contributes to the story? So we just saw like flashes of bam, 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 bam.
Right.
Bam, okay, we landed here.
Right.
So I think that's kind of why we didn't see a lot of it because we got to move on. I think I told you my gripe. There's one scene that I was just like,
yeah,
rolling my eyes at.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the scene that a lot of people have a gripe about too.
It's just cheesy. I get why they went that way. I wish they would have explained more, like you were saying.
Yeah, they should have explained it, but it was Sam Raimi
was.
unleashing Danny Elfman on us, though. Danny Elfman did his shit in this movie.
Yeah,
though.
so we got to hear that. So this is the musical fight. We can say that.
Can we
call
say
it
that?
We'll
Okay.
call it that. We'll call it that because that's not really giving away.
It's not
the context of
it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The musical.
There's a musical fight.
It is. And if you don't,
it was basically the 5-on-5 podcast.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the 5-on-5 podcast. It really is.
It's I don't know, man. It's just not cool. Like, I don't know how to put it. It was not fucking sick. It was not metal. It was not. It could have been metal. It had all the pieces to be something really fucking tight, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It should have been cooler than that. Considering where we were and who was involved, this should have been cooler.
Hey, so check this out, though. This is not spoiling anything because it might be, but I'm going to say it anyways. So I can't say it. It's super spoily. All right. It's super spoily. I can't say it. I
want to talk about the big reveal in the middle, but I feel like that's a jerk move to anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what is the spoiler window? Let's have a quick conversation with that. How long is the spoiler window? Because now what we're talking about is on commercials.
So then we can say it then.
We can say it because I see it in ads. Like, Professor X is in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could definitely talk about that.
We could talk about that. We could talk about the Illuminati.
Yeah. Absolutely. The Illuminati was.
But we can't talk about the details of that.
No. But the Illuminati was in it. Those of y'all who don't know who the Illuminati are a group of the powerful superheroes in the comic books. It consisted of Professor X, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Iron Man, Black Bolt, Namor in the comic books. And in the comics, what they all did was they all held onto one of the Infinity Stones. So they were the guardians of that, and they dealt with multiversal threats. Well, this movie kind of diverts from that a little bit, but the Illuminati's in it. And were they wasted?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Was it a wasted sport? Was it a wasted cameo?
I feel like that's such a good question, and on my answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
I think yes. I don't feel like it's not because this is a multiversal situation. We all knew going into this wasn't. Well, actually, no, we didn't know that this wasn't our universe's Illuminati.
No, we knew that.
We know that going into that, watching the trailers. We kind of. Yeah. I mean, I guess I assumed that.
Yeah, no, we put it together because the Ultron Sentry bots were the ones bringing them in.
Were there.
So we knew that this wasn't our universe.
I just feel like if we're gonna introduce the Illuminati into the MCU, the initial one shouldn't be from another universe that's, I guess, lesser.
It was a lesser universe. It really was. What I mean, it was a weaker universe.
And so that's my gripe without being too revealing is
fair.
Now we got to do it again. At some point, they're gonna have to do it again.
Well, yeah, but you do it again, and you do it right this time, though. You know, you do it with the proper characters.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just it.
Or do you even do it again?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, are they gonna do it again?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they have to. If we're already like committed to.
But how though? Because we're already about to go to like Secret Wars and everything. So
I'm about ready to be done with this multiverse shit. I told you, like.
Yeah, you did say that.
Now it's become this whole fucking like. It's too much.
I think we're only
And
gonna get these.
it's so easy to fucking write things off and like
Yeah,
non-commit to things is just being like, oh, don't worry about it. They exist in like if a character dies, they exist in another universe, and now we could just fucking go there, no problem. Like,
but that's why we like the comics though, too, though.
that's why, yeah, but like it doesn't happen
It
with
happens in the
comics.
comics.
In comics, people die and it's non-permanent,
Yeah, they
and
bring them
death
back
in
all the
comics,
time.
and they come back all the time. I just, I don't know
You don't
when it
want it in
comes
your
to,
movies?
I don't want it too much in the movies. And
Fair.
now it's like everybody, like it makes death or any sort of like travel
Mm-hmm.
less important. Like it should always be a big deal.
Fair. Well, okay, so oh man, what was I gonna say? I completely forgot.
We were talking about the if it was wasted, if they're gonna come
Yeah, if it was
back.
oh, multiverse. I don't think we're gonna get the multiverse for a while after this though. Because the two main people to be multiversal,
Yeah.
we just got it. Right? Spider-Man, we know that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's already been established. That multiverse has already been
Yeah, that's
established,
already
right?
closed off. Everybody
Yeah.
went where they're supposed to
No,
go.
no, no. But it's been established that Spider-Man, the character of Spider-Man, is a multiversal character,
Right.
right? So we got the multiverse in Spider-Man. Then we know that Doctor Strange is a multiversal character. Also, we got that in Doctor Strange. I don't think we're going to get that.
Well,
I think we might be done for a little bit, and
I
everything is
think we're
going
gonna
to
be done for a little
explain.
bit until the next time we revisit
I think
Doctor
it's
Strange.
I think all the other stuff is just going to explain the multiverse. It's going to explain it through
Well,
Kang and whatnot.
I was
But
gonna say because Kang. Speaking of which, Ant-Man coming out.
right, but we're
That
talking about Quantum Mania though. We're talking about the
is
quantum realm
that's
now.
that's not a
That's
multiverse.
no.
That's quantum realm. That's
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that. I guess that is a different thing.
Yeah.
That's not a
So
different universe.
I think we're going to be done for a while with multiversal stuff until it comes back in Secret Wars or whatever Battle World or whatever it is,
Yeah, yeah.
or
I do think it's gonna happen because it just has to get more. I think Marvel in this phase seems to be trying to establish outer worldly
yeah,
issues. Like
yeah, we're trying to get away from
we're
just
trying
being
to
in New
get
York.
bigger. So I think that's why like we're talking about things like Silver Surfer. Like, these are things that are gonna be coming. I'm positive are gonna be coming later. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure multiversal stuff is going to be how they explain or how they implement the X-Men. It's going to be
that one's going to be
it's going to
interesting,
be
isn't it?
how Fantastic Four is going to be introduced, and
Mm-hmm.
all of their villains, because all of their big villains are like super are huge. Like they're
Right.
not, which is ironic because their powers are kind of like Mickey, like
Yeah, but until
solve problems on Earth.
their powers are whack, but
They're not whack.
we
They're just like very much like,
they're
what's that gonna do for
cartoonish.
you? Yeah,
Yeah,
what's that gonna do
it
for you
can't
in
be very
space?
campy, but we know that Reed Richards.
But Reed Richards is really like,
and he also talked about his son.
Yeah, and his son
and daughter too.
Yeah, so
right?
they're big things, like big characters with big powers. Reed Richards on his own is more than just his powers.
He's
though.
He's the smartest man in the MCU.
So I think we're gonna be thinking about multiverse stuff for a while.
We're gonna be thinking about it, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing it.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be like a fucking plot device that's used to like write things off and just well, it happened in another when he went to another universe, he's from it, like just
right,
a way to just make nonsense and make the story make sense when it doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, so wrapping up our little Marvel talk. What do you rank Doctor Strange?
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. That's good. I said 8.5 for me.
An 8.5 feels really high for me.
8.5 is really high for me too, but this is our first, for me, this is our first Marvel horror movie. And I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I do like that part of it.
Yeah.
I think visually there's a lot of cool stuff.
And it was just so cool to see Sam Raimi actually have things at his disposal
to
that
do
he
what he
can rock
wants to
out.
do.
Yeah.
It's cool to have got, I mean, as far as I know, it's cool to see like him be able, because I think now we've gotten to a place where like people trust comic book movies and their
Yeah,
success.
absolutely.
So like, do your thing, dog. And you
Yeah.
got to
And
do that. And that's
his
exciting.
camera work was unbelievable. It was so
The
dope.
first person shots, those were cool.
First person shots were cool. And even Wanda breaking the fourth wall, but not breaking the fourth wall.
Right. I know exactly what you're referring to.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Woof. Let's
It was
go.
good.
Let's go. Oh, and then we got Thor coming up in July. So
yeah, where they really made a reveal in the trailer. Like we knew it was coming, but like
yeah,
Girl Thor,
yeah, yeah.
they just said fuck
Natalie
it, here it
Portman is
is.
playing a version of Thor. Is playing the almighty Thor in
Yeah, so
this.
that's wild.
We're
That's
gonna
why I
get
didn't think they would do that in the trailer. I thought that would be like in
yeah. It
the
was
movie reveal.
yeah, right. But
So
I think
now,
the big reveal that they're holding off on is the Christian Bale reveal. And
yeah,
apparently they like did very well on his look
yeah, I'm
for
excited
this
to see
movie.
that.
So
Do you know the release date for that?
July something.
Damn, it's coming up.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Is that the next Marvel thing? Is there a show coming out or?
Miss Marvel should be coming out. I want to say in June.
Okay.
After Obi-Wan.
Dude, can we sidebar real quick about
Let's
Star
go.
Wars?
Let's go.
I could not be more uninterested.
Right?
The last show, the Boba Fett one, I got like 2 episodes in. I was like, you know what? I don't even care anymore.
This might be a hot take, but Robert Rodriguez, his 2 episodes that he directed were my least favorite.
Which ones was that like later?
Did you
watch all of it?
I did. His episodes
you.
was the ones with the guys on the bikes, the gliding bikes, the colorful bikes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with his episodes were actually the ones with Thundercat in it.
Oh, Thundercat was in it. That's right. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. I just didn't. I tried to watch like the first 2 episodes, and I was just. I don't know if I was just like distracted or what, but I was like, this show is just boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I think I'm just uninterested now. Like I think I've lost.
They really are overstepping their boundaries when it comes, not overstepping their boundaries, overstepping their welcome when it comes to the Western trope.
Yes.
It's like we're done with the Western. Like let's do something else.
Yeah, they should have just went a completely different direction. Mm-hmm. But I guess that's where they left off, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that, it only made sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was. Like I just wasn't into it.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. And now I'm like seeing that they're doing another show and I'm like, ugh, I
want to. Yeah, well, they're doing Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is going to be completely different from.
Is it a movie?
No, it's a show, right? It's a show.
And it's based on young Obi-Wan.
It's based on Obi-Wan after episode 3.
Okay.
So he dropped
Anakin is now Darth Vader.
Anakin's Darth. He dropped the babies off, right? Gotcha. So he's on Tatooine, overseeing Luke grow up.
Okay.
You know, and doing whatever he needs to do.
He's stalking Luke and his family.
Well, not so much stalking him because he talks to Luke's father.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so he's just the presence. He's there,
right?
Huh?
Wasn't he?
He's Uncle Ben?
He's Uncle Ben. Yeah.
He's Uncle Ben. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not super stoked on it, but I'm definitely gonna watch it. I mean, Ewan McGregor. It's Ewan McGregor.
I'm more interested in that than I was in the Boba Fett thing. Yeah. I really thought I was gonna be into Boba Fett.
Yeah. Ewan McGregor, man.
Fair shot, but
Ewan McGregor cannot go wrong.
I feel like other people said it was boring too, though.
It was. I'll say it too. It was boring.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving on. Let's talk about sports real quick.
Let's talk about fucking sports.
I'll just go real quick. NHL is in the playoffs right now. I watched that
Yeah.
that Toronto Tampa Bay Lightning game that went into overtime. Huh?
What was? Oh no, that was the Avalanche
No, that was
series.
Avalanche. Avalanche did that. So
Wow.
I think Tampa and Vancouver.
Yeah.
Tampa and Toronto are going in Game 7 today, I believe, as we speak.
The NHL playoffs have been fucking crazy.
Yeah, they have been crazy.
NHL playoffs are wild. I mean, my fucking nights are out, so whatever. But it's just been. I don't know. I just got into hockey.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a playoffs are wild, yo.
Playoffs are wild in hockey, man.
Like hockey already is a very intense sport.
Yeah.
Any sport that they allow you to fucking fight, like they allocate time and rules so you can just beat ass real quick.
You're fighting on ice skates.
I had to look up the official rules for fighting in hockey.
Okay, go on.
So basically, you and I are on opposing teams.
Right.
You check me too hard.
Right.
It's on. So
we gotta fight.
The sign now we get to exchanging words. Once I take off my gloves, it's fight time.
It's on.
So the refs clear the ice.
Right.
And both teams have to go to their boxes, basically. Right. And we're allowed to fight, and we have to keep our helmets on.
Right.
We're allowed to fight until one person falls or a helmet comes off.
Mm-hmm.
And if one person, that's the end of the fight, and then we both go to the penalty box.
Yep.
If other teammates join in, also penalties and fines follow. But that's the rule. Like you're allowed to fight. It's crazy, right? It's like a foul. Like you get a tech.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy, yo. Imagine if the NBA was just like, all right, look, y'all can fight. Teams got to go to the bench.
See, that's the thing, though. Like some of these players will have to actually really learn how to fight, though.
Dude, back in the 90s, there were players that were on teams just to be the fighter.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Maurice Lucas. Shout out Maurice Lucas. Maurice Lucas was one of the last of the enforcers.
That's crazy to me.
Shout out Maurice.
That's your fucking gig, dog. I might not even be that good, but I'll beat someone's ass on some
I am an enforcer. Yeah.
Somebody's playing too good, beat their fucking ass.
Yep. Yeah, old hockey rules, man, was in the NBA back in the day. I mean, Rudy Tomjanovich, you remember him? Remember how he got blasted? Kermit Washington. There was a fight that broke out, Lakers versus the Rockets. Back in the 70s. Tomjanovich comes running on the court.
Oh yeah, that's
Kermit Washington turns and it pops him in the face, busts his whole face open.
Shit.
Whole face. So had to have reconstructive surgery on his face.
That one's crazy because they're like in the old NBA uniforms.
Yeah, with the short shorts and everything.
Long legs and long arms just square up and bang.
And he followed all the way through too with them long arms, man. So it was crazy. Haunted Kermit Washington's career for his whole life, man. That's
crazy.
Yeah. NFL talk.
NFL big trades or what? It's off season.
It's off season right now, but NFL is always just. It's the NFL, man. The NFL is probably one of the best reality TV shows on TV.
I feel like these days the players are so fucking. You know what's funny about the NFL is it's kind of similar to hockey where you don't really see the players' faces because of the helmets and all that shit.
So you kind of got to do a little bit extra.
You got to do extra to get. You got to watch interviews. You got to see their Twitters. Oh my God, NFL player Twitter.
NFL players' Twitters is crazy, man.
Like, dog, that's where everything starts.
Entertainment, straight entertainment.
That's where it's at. So what?
I mean, nothing big is happening. The schedules came out, and some teams did a very good job in their social media marketing department with showing off their schedules to their fans. Like there was I think it was the Chargers. The Chargers did a whole anime presentation and going by team to team and like different using like different characters for the teams to explain, this is week 1, this is week 2, week 3, and using all anime. It was great. You need to take a look at
sick.
that.
I gotta watch that.
Some teams really went in. The New England Patriots schedule release was really funny. Just this old guy on the blackboard talking about every team, and they're just zooming in on him. It's good editing.
Very classic.
Yeah.
Patriots football.
Yes, very much so. So yeah, some teams went off on that. Jarvis Landry signed with New Orleans Saints. So that's pretty big. Saints have a loaded wide receiver roster right now. Still don't know what's happening with Baker Mayfield. He's still out in no man's land right now.
I wonder where he's gonna land, bro.
I mean, he's still a player on Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
but he's never gonna show up. So we'll see what happens with that. Odell Beckham is still on free agency right now. We'll see what happens with that. He's coming back.
He's gonna come back, obviously.
He is, but he's coming back off of that injury. So teams are very skeptical about what to do with him. So we'll see.
What about Cam
Newton?
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one too, to see where he falls, because he now has accepted that he will be a backup. So he's accepted that. So it all comes down to his fit and how he fits in the locker room.
Do you think he'll stay in the NFL?
I think he has one or two more good years in him, bro, and he's done.
I think he's done.
I think he's putting a lot of eggs in his production bag right now. So we'll see what happens with that. MLB, you got the Yankees versus the White Sox series right now, and Judge and what's his name, Santan. The other one, I can't forget his name, but they've been hitting some mad home runs. A lot of them, 5 home runs in the past 5 games. They've just been on a roll lately.
I don't really follow MLB much. The only team that I really enjoy watching these days is fucking Anaheim.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because Shohei Ohtani? Yeah, that boy's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Absolute beast.
He's making baseball exciting again.
Yes, I would have to agree with that. I did see him play in the All-Star game. That was very exciting.
He's fucking cool, dude. He's so sick.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs
time of the year.
These are hands down the best playoffs that I've seen in a long time. Every single game has been very good.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's
every single game.
These have been the coolest playoffs in a long time.
Yeah.
Because like the bubble
no front runner.
The bubble playoffs sucked. I don't want to say they sucked, but it was just like the variables made things not. It was weird.
It was weird. That's a good way to put it. It was weird, but I did like it because it felt like for once that the NBA felt like the NCAA tournament. That's what the bubble felt like.
Yeah, the bubble was weird because there was no travel.
Right.
But the new variable for that is that they're all locked up in the same place.
Yeah.
Away from home with no human interaction other than each other.
Yeah.
Like that was fucking with people. So a lot of players that usually don't like go off are going off.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of players that went off in the bubble haven't really popped off since.
That's true.
But a lot of guys did get, got their pop in the bubble.
Yeah.
And now are fucking, like in Miami, like now they're fucking front runners. Like
exactly.
Like second and third options. And the season after that was what I like to call the health and safety protocol season.
That's a good way to put it.
Where everybody was fucking getting COVID.
Yep.
And 10-day contracts were going fucking ham.
Yeah.
And no team had a full roster.
Right.
So
And the Bucks ended up winning that one.
The Bucks ended up winning it. Not that they didn't deserve it.
True.
Not that they didn't deserve it, but like I don't think anybody anticipated at the beginning of that season that it was going to be Phoenix versus Milwaukee.
Right.
I don't think anybody anticipated that, but it was great.
Wait,
it was good.
Yeah, nobody did. Boston, Milwaukee's.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Boston, Milwaukee's a different series if Middleton is playing.
Yes. I agree. I think if Middleton was so now we're here.
We're here
in these playoffs.
Yeah.
And they're fucking incredible. I'm a Celtics fan, so we've been watching that series very closely. I think if Chris Middleton was here, that makes a very different situation.
Mm-hmm.
I also think if Rob Williams was here full time, that'd make a very different
That's true too.
Situation. If both of those players were healthy.
Yes.
We only got one game with Rob, or 2 games with Rob.
For the season. 2.
I mean, for this series.
Yeah.
He came back and then he got a bruised bone. So
right.
But Middleton is out for the foreseeable future. And not having their number 2 option, that's a fucking lethal shooter and closer, is definitely a problem for them.
Yeah. But
Boston, they got guys showing up.
Boston, man. We got a game 7 coming up tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, yep.
Tomorrow, game 7.
That is going to be in Boston. In the Garden. Obviously, I'm really hoping that Boston pulls it out. I had Boston in 6 for this series, so we are at game 7.
They have been playing shitty at home too.
Yeah, in this series, obviously it wasn't a problem in Brooklyn. We swept them, but this series is fucking.
It's just Milwaukee's a bad matchup for a lot of people because of Giannis.
Because they have fucking Giannis, dude.
Giannis is
you can do with Giannis.
He is a nightmare, bro.
I think game 1 and 2, they like had him like pretty figured out. Build the wall, close his options.
Yep.
And then his support started showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Connaughton is just fucking knocking them down.
Connaughton's knocking them down, but you want Connaughton to have to beat you.
I would much rather get beat, have to have him be the option versus Giannis.
Yes.
And then like closing him out so we have like Giannis has to shoot. That's not a strong suit.
Yeah, you got to get Giannis shooting.
He'll go like 2 for 12, but those 2 were always like when they need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like this is like shooting like from beyond the arc or something. Well, I don't know if he'll take 12 shots a game, but
he won't.
Yeah, he won't take 12. That was an exaggeration, but he'll take like a small number and only hit like 5 per like.
Right.
He'll go like 1 for 5 or something.
Yeah.
But that 1 is like the 3 they fucking need.
Yeah, that is true.
And with like 2 minutes left in the 4th. And there it is.
Right.
And then he's a giant. I think Giannis gets a bad rap in the NBA because of his size and his ability. Like people are like, well, no shit, he's unstoppable. He's fucking 7 foot. With like a 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah.
And he takes 3 steps to get to the hoop from half court. Like,
okay, let's talk about his steps real quick though.
The boy loves to walk.
Udoka, your head coach needs to be on these refs and have them watch Giannis's feet every single time he drives because he's traveling every single time he spins.
Let's just talk about officiating in general. This series, Celtics, if they win tomorrow, would have won this series 6-2 because of fucking officiating.
Yeah.
We should have wrapped this series up in 5 if officiating wasn't a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And I hate to be the fan that complains about refs, but goddamn, dude, like it's gotten so fucking bad.
It's bad.
No calls and
it's bad.
You remember the no call? Ruining the fucking game.
Yeah, it is bad. It is bad.
And like, I don't want to be the fucking fan that complains about refs. I think that's corny, but god damn, the officiating is awful.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I don't want to be a fucking weird sports conspiracy theorist, but I really do believe that there's a narrative that they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It sells. I think Giannis is the story everybody wants to see.
Mm-hmm.
And Boston has just not been that team for so long. But like in my mind, I'm like, why would you hold Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown back? Like, why do you want to hold back a young team? Is it because we could have them in 3 years?
Is that what it is? Yeah.
He could be our star in 3 years. We don't need him right now. Right now, we need Giannis to be our guy.
Yeah.
If that's what's actually happening.
I mean,
you know what I mean? We have time with Jason Tatum. We have time with fucking Time Lord and the young Celtics.
I just don't like that. Ugh, I don't like that.
I hate that there's a narrative. I hate that there has to be like, if that's what's happening. If
right.
If that's actually what's happening, or because I would hate to believe that on a professional level that officiating is fucking lacking. Like there's refs that are like that can't do their fucking job.
Right.
Like, and I'm just a fucking casual fan. So why, you know what I mean? I see things and I'm like, where the fuck is the call?
Yeah.
That drives me up the fucking wall. It drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There might be some truth in that. But
Miami, that series was fucking incredible.
Miami is some ballers. Miami's a problem.
I don't want to say it was incredible.
It wasn't incredible.
It wasn't incredible. It was crazy to see Miami's been just beating ass all season.
Yeah.
Like that's what's crazy. Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is fucking incredible.
Yeah, Jimmy Buckets in the playoffs is great.
Jimmy Buckets don't play, bro.
Yeah, man. Miami's a problem. Miami's a problem.
And I want to say this, even though I fucking hate the Sixers, I do really like Joel Embiid. And I feel really bad for him. This dude always gets a tough break.
I don't feel bad for the man. Nah.
Do you feel like he's an excuse maker?
I don't think he makes excuses.
I feel like he's a fucking baller, bro. I feel like
I feel like he balls too, but he's not my favorite.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think the team should be built around him. Let me just put it that way.
That's fine.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
He's always been the guy on that squad.
He is. Yeah. He's the process. He is the reason why that's the term, trust the process. That's him. And they're building around him. I don't think they're going to win building around him.
I feel bad because his squad is never. He had the most stacked squad. Didn't he get hurt that season? Did he get hurt? Or was that the game?
Yeah, I think he got hurt with when he had Jimmy Butler on that team.
Is that the one where he cried where they lost when they got knocked out?
Yeah.
That was like, that sucks so bad because I don't think he'll ever get a team that stacked again.
No, he won't.
That was like, they had JJ was there, right?
Yep.
They had JJ. They had
JJ. They had what's his face?
Jimmy was still playing ball?
Who?
Fucking what's his name? Ben Simmons.
Oh yeah, Ben Simmons. Yeah, Ben Simmons was on that team.
And he was playing good. This was before the fucking dunk play.
Absolutely. This was Ben Simmons' second year, I think.
Yeah, he was still playing.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
He was a really fucking bad shooter.
Yeah.
What position does he play? He's a guard, right?
He's a point guard.
He's a point guard.
He's a point.
He should be fucking. He's huge too.
He's huge. Mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, that's why his whole thing was, he was like, yo, I'm a facilitator. I'm not a scorer.
Yeah, and I think they wanted different things from him because people were calling him the next LeBron when he first came to the league.
Yeah, I can see that because because LeBron, they were calling LeBron the next Magic.
Yeah.
So
that's got to
yeah,
be.
I think it goes hand in hand.
I don't necessarily feel bad for Ben Simmons.
Oh, I don't feel bad for the man.
I do think he's soft.
Oh, yeah, I don't feel bad for him. Stay in the gym, shoot some hoops, man.
Like, you're just a professional athlete, you get paid a lot of money, go practice.
Yeah, just shoot some hoops, bro.
I feel really fucking. I feel. I don't want to say I feel bad, but I will say that it sucks to have this title put on you. You're the next LeBron. Get picked very high in a draft, and then you don't meet those things because that's not your game.
Right.
And then you make one bad play. A really bad play. A really bad play at a fucking really important moment. You pass up
it was a high percentage shot.
Like,
it was the highest percentage shot in basketball.
The highest percentage shot you could possibly get in basketball. A wide open dunk. And you're like 6. How tall is he?
He's about 6'8". About 6'7", 6'8".
He's a very tall guy. A two-handed slam isn't a problem for Ben Simmons.
No, it's not.
He got high, and he decided to do like a no-look pass or something.
Yeah.
So somebody being double teamed.
Yeah.
It was. And since then, everybody's just completely been like, you're scared of the moment. You're afraid to play. You're like,
but he hasn't played since that game.
He hasn't fucking played since that game for mental problems. He completely shut down.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the greats, their thing to do would be play it out.
Yeah.
Like, make up for it.
Yeah.
I got to make up for that moment. I have to show that I'm better than that. I made a mistake. But he got afraid of the moment, I guess. Is that what we'll call it? He's got afraid of the moment?
Yeah. He buckled under the moment. He buckled under pressure. Yeah.
Like, that's so
he didn't seize the moment. And
so then the fucking trade happens. If Philly fucking unloads him and they get fucking James Harden, I'm like, Philly just finessed something crazy.
But didn't I send you James Harden's stat line though from that game?
Yes. But James Harden is like known for fucking intentionally
that's true,
tanking so that he can get moved.
Well, according to their GM, nobody's going anywhere.
Who, Philly?
Yeah. Doc's not going anywhere. Harden's not going anywhere. So
we'll fucking
we're gonna run that back this next year.
I don't believe anyone until things until next season starts. I don't believe shit. Until trade deadline's over, I don't.
Yeah.
Only because so many times teams and players and executives are like, oh no, we're running with it, and then the whole fucking thing is gone.
Yeah.
So right now the verbal commitment.
Deshaun Watson in Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't. I ain't listening to that shit. I would like the way dog, and then the way fucking Joel kind of threw shade at James Harden. So they got eliminated, and facing elimination is like James Harden's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Anytime there's an elimination game, James Harden just gives up.
Yeah, he folds.
He just is like, there's no point. We're out of here. And he just stops trying. Unless you have like a definitive 2-0 run.
Right.
To start off your series, you're not getting James Harden.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you go down 2 games, James Harden is out.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
So he fucking took 2 shots in the second half of that game.
Unbelievable.
And so,
but okay, Embiid said, what's his assignment to be a facilitator?
I think. I think people signed James Harden with the intention of him being a scorer.
Yeah, that's true.
That's his game. Mr. Step Back.
Yeah, he's still a point guard though.
He is still a point guard, but he's an offensive minded.
True.
He's a scoring point guard.
So what did Embiid say?
He said people expect James to be the James of Houston, and I don't think he's that anymore. That is a fucking crazy statement. It's not crazy in the way that it's not true. it's just something that, like, as your teammate, I don't think I would fucking say
Yeah, I probably
publicly.
wouldn't have said that.
Like,
Yeah.
he basically called him washed.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He
Like,
said
he just
he
he
passed his
said he's
prime.
washed. He's past those athletic plays. Because
Yeah.
I was looking at what, like, I had after watching that series, and I was like, so I just kind of went over like James's history in Houston, where who did he start with? It was him and
OKC. Or you mean
no,
in
Houston.
Houston?
He had Chris Paul, right? Did you start with Chris Paul?
No. No.
Who did he have out there when he started? It was him, and then he got or was it Westbrook?
Well,
he got Westbrook after.
He got Westbrook after. So I think he did a year without Chris Paul, and then that next year he
Then
had
Chris Paul
Chris.
came.
Yeah.
He added Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
No.
And they got Westbrook.
Yes.
That didn't work out.
No.
So then he was staying and was optimistic with what's his name? From Washington.
John Wall.
Yep. And then he said,
and then he quit on them.
He said, fuck this.
He ate a lot of food.
He got fat. Numbers went
before training camp.
Down, stopped coming to practice. Was toxic at practice, talking shit.
Yeah.
Throwing balls at people.
Yeah.
Like, just demanded a trade.
Got the trade.
And Brooklyn, I think, made a fucking terrible decision to trade for James Harden. Because it wasn't terrible, but they didn't need him. They got rid of Jared Allen.
Oh, yeah.
Who became an all-star in Cleveland.
Yeah, in Cleveland.
And they needed a fucking big man. Like, I will say this, after that series in Boston, they could have used fucking Jared Allen.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%.
And they got rid of somebody else that was pretty fucking solid too, to get James Harden. And I mean, I guess like it was fine because at least they got a guy that played. He played more than KD and Kyrie.
Yeah.
But he ended up getting frustrated because Kyrie fucking wouldn't play. He wouldn't take the fucking jab.
Wait a minute.
So
damn. Oh yeah, that's right. All three of them were on that fucking team together.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kyrie only played 25 games or something like that.
That's right. Shoot.
That vaccine shit like became such a big deal for him that he fucking completely like was like, no, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm sorry, like whatever your fucking opinions are on the vaccine as a professional athlete, like, and you see players on your team just fucking doing it so they can play, and nothing's happening to them, take the fucking jab, dog. Like, you want to be on this team and win, you do what you got to do.
Listen, all I'm gonna say to end this conversation about the Nets is, Nike just announced that they are not going to extend their contract with Kyrie Irving.
Oh, it's official. They're not.
It's official. They're not going to.
I was reading last night that Kyrie, there's this whole narrative that Kyrie wanted LeBron-like control over the Nets, where he had a say in the roster. And
Kyrie, is he delusional?
He's something.
I don't understand him. I do not understand him.
Like, I'll make it the Kyrie conversation very brief. What happened in Cleveland? Him and LeBron made 3 finals appearances. They got 1 ring.
Right.
And he wanted his own team, supposedly. The media made it seem, he says that the media made it seem like he had something against LeBron. But he wanted his own team, and that's pretty fucking clear, and that's why he went to Boston.
Okay. But
he wanted control. He wanted like a team to be built around him.
Yeah.
And him to have a say in who's on the roster. He wanted the owners to basically talk to him and him to be the fucking talent scout. But that wasn't happening in Boston. So they made it seem like, recently they've been making it seem like Kyrie and the front office were getting along, and that the front office was mistreating Kyrie. And so even I was like, damn, did I have this whole Kyrie situation like misunderstood? Did they like shit on him? Because I know Danny Ainge is kind of ruthless,
right?
Like, maybe they didn't, guarantee him or give him something they guaranteed, because they
Yeah.
did Isaiah Thomas kind of dirty too.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, maybe so he got shafted, but really what it seems like is he wanted fucking more say so than he was getting.
Mm-hmm.
And the front office was like, dude, no, like, we're gonna pay you your max contract.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna fucking like take over our job.
Yeah.
And I think he threw a fucking tantrum. And that's when he started playing like shit, stomping on the logo and like going back on his promises. And that's when the media started like, yo, Kyrie's kind of a princess.
Yeah.
He's saging the fucking court.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They get rid of him. They send him to they didn't get rid of him. He decided to leave.
Okay.
He decided not to take resign.
Okay.
Even though he promised the fan base that he would, whatever. Goes to Brooklyn, where they're like, cool, dude, like, we'll give you control and we'll let you have a say so in the roster. He's like, cool, I'll come. I'll bring Kevin Durant. And then the James Harden things happen. They're like, cool. He's like, make moves, get James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
And
but Kyrie was also the one that said that we don't need a coach when Steve Nash got hired. And then he's
saying like, we don't need, because he's the fucking guy. Kyrie is the guy. Why do we need a coach? I'm Kyrie. I don't need to be coached. That's Kevin Durant. He doesn't need to be coached. We don't really need a coach. This is all, where he's at. And fucking come that series in Boston where ISO ball has completely been taken away from those two players. They needed a fucking coach.
They needed a coach, man.
They needed a fucking coach. They needed a fucking game plan. Because they got whooped. I mean, well, I won't say they got whooped because every game was close, but they got out coached.
Yeah.
Because on paper, they're a more talented. They have two of the best players on their team.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum's amazing, but he's not fucking Kyrie and KD. Does he have the potential to be fucking one? Of course. But like, he's still
last night's performance
best in the world.
Last night's performance showed it, though.
He's getting up there. I think he will be at some point, but like right now, he's still trying to get his chair at the table.
Yeah.
So no, I don't. They needed a goddamn coach.
They need a coach.
And I don't think Kyrie's control is going to be. I think that's gone. I don't think.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting offseason with Kyrie and see what happens next season, because
who I think the captain of that team is gonna be?
Go on.
Kevin Durant.
Well, yeah.
I think he's gonna be the voice. I don't think they're gonna give Kyrie. Kyrie lost everything. I don't think he's gonna get much of a say so in anything anymore.
I know, right?
What about the West Coast though?
Let's go West Coast. Phoenix Suns, man. Point guard.
Who do you got coming out of the?
I really want the point guard. I really want Chris Paul to get a ring. I need Chris Paul to get a ring, or at least be in the finals again.
I want to see Chris Paul in the finals.
Yeah.
You know who I always had Phoenix picked at the beginning of the season,
mm-hmm.
But do you think Golden State is back?
Oh.
Are they dynasty Golden State again?
Not yet. Not yet, because these young boys are really somewhat exposing them. Did expose them. They did win. They somewhat exposed them.
The rivalry with Memphis is cool. I like it.
But I think Golden State can beat Dallas and Phoenix.
Is Luka still playing?
Luka's playing.
Okay.
Luka had a game. Luka had a game.
I thought he got hurt or something.
Nah, he's back.
Okay.
He's back. He had a game. Clay's back. Oh my God, Clay had a game.
I love that. That's what I love. I love that Clay is back and Clay is playing and playing fucking good.
Yeah.
He came back pretty quickly though.
I
mean, he was gone for a while, but I think once he started playing, like
Clay right. Yeah.
Clay had numbers almost immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Clay had numbers coming out of the gates. But he was struggling this series.
But he was gone for like a season and a half.
Yeah. But he was struggling this series with Memphis. Memphis, he was having a hard time with those.
Joke, dog.
Bro, Desmond Bane, man. I like that dude, man.
this is an obvious. It's not obvious. Is Memphis better without Ja Morant? Are they a better team without Ja Morant? Because they did win the season when he got hurt.
They are better focused without Ja Morant. I'll tell you that much.
They're a different team for sure.
They are a completely different team.
That's not to say that Ja's a bad player. He's incredible.
It's not.
He's fucking incredible. I'm scared that he's going to be Derrick Rose all over again.
A lot of people have been saying that.
You know, he's the third lightest player in the league. He weighs 175 pounds.
Damn.
You know who the two players are that are lighter than him? Schroeder
and George Hill.
No, Schroeder weight is the lightest. I'm trying to think who's the second lightest. I forgot. But so we had like he doesn't have the body to be playing as violent as he does. And that's what happened to Derrick Rose. He played a very violent, aggressive style game.
Right.
And he got hurt. But then there's guys like LeBron who play that style of game, but he's fucking huge.
A beast. He's a beast.
He's a tank.
So, okay.
Russell Westbrook is a slim player that plays like that.
Right. And that's Ja's favorite player too, by the way.
He's 205.
Okay.
He's bigger than him.
Ja could put 205 on though, right?
I think Ja needs to put on some weight.
Yeah.
And I think he needs to add a like mid-range game. Because
can we talk about that mid-range game now?
Oh my God. So Chris Paul is a great example of a player that I think Ja Morant needs to look at. Early in Chris Paul's career, he dunked. He played a lot of like aggressive style basketball.
Yeah.
But started developing a mid-range. He is the mid-range king.
Yeah.
He got a floater. He's got a shot. And he very rarely dunks the ball these days.
Right.
I think Ja needs to develop more of that.
I'm with that. Yeah,
I think Ja will become more dangerous and add to that team more.
Yeah.
Because Ja, we know what Ja's going to do. He's going to fucking full speed to the hole.
Right.
But he does, if he can't dunk it or lay it up.
Now, here's the thing though.
But that's why Golden State got spanked on that first game without Ja. Because their whole game plan was to shut him out of the paint.
Yeah.
But now they got guys with a mid-range game.
Yeah.
They got guys that can shoot. Like, so now they're like the whole game plan, they had to readjust with him without Ja.
Who's the best mid-range player? Chris Paul, DeMar DeRozan, or Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi.
Kawhi's the best.
Okay.
Kawhi, I just wish he wasn't hurt all the fucking time.
He's always hurt.
But is he hurt?
Is he hurt or just doesn't want to play?
That's neither here nor there. I'm changing my answer to Chris Paul because he always plays.
Yeah, CP. Okay, fair. Real quick before we wrap this up, let's talk about music real quick because we are a music podcast, of course.
Yes.
Some names came out in the hip hop R&B realm. We got Jack Harlow came out. Did you hear it?
No.
It's Drake. He's like Diet Drake.
I was just gonna say, what did you see what Gray wrote about him?
No, what'd he say?
Gray basically said the same thing. Shout out to DJ.
DJ shout out Gray.
He said Jack Harlow is for people who think Drake is too aggressive.
Oh, okay. I did read that.
Which makes sense why Drake loves him so much.
Jack Harlow took Drake's took Drake's 90 BPM bop. Yeah. So any 90 BPM to 100 BPM that Drake has, that's the bop that Jack took for this whole album.
I got a Jack Harlow request last night.
Which song?
I just play Jack Harlow on the phone.
I got a hot take.
I'm so sick of the phone.
Fam. Fam. So I do this now because I'm so sick of this bullshit. You can't read it.
Only if you give me a tip. The more money you tip, then the sooner you get your song. It's just
Bro,
you have it on deck. I love that
I
you
just
just
hold
have
it
it
up
on
like
deck.
that. Fam, this Indian dude came through on Thursday and just comes straight to the booth and goes, "Yo, play some reggaeton." I go, "Shit, man. Okay, well, you got a tip for me?" He's like, "Oh man, I only got pesos. Can you do peso?" No,
No.
not at all, not at all. Well, can you play some reggaeton? I go, if in order for me to play reggaeton, you gotta give me a tip. Like, okay, let me see what I can do. Then he comes back. He's like, "Yo, can you play some Indian music?" I go, "Fam, same thing applies. You
But
need
he's
a
just gonna
tip.
come with a different request.
You need to tip me." Then he pulls out his phone and shows me a song on his phone. So then I pull this up and I just hold it up over my head until everybody in the bar can see it. So dude walks away, comes back, drops $1 on. He's like, "Play this song." And I go, "Fam, take your dollar back." He was like,
Fuck
"What? What do you mean take my dollar back? I'm giving you a tip." I go, "Take your fucking dollar back, bro." So I'm giving you a tip though. I go, "I don't want your dollar." "Well, how much is it?" I go, "I'm not here to bargain with you, my guy.
No way. You
Okay?
lost.
I do not want your money. All right? You can get away from me."
Yeah.
So he wanted to hear an Indian song, right? So I waited for him to start leaving, and as soon as he took one step out of the door, I played "Beware of the Boys."
That's the one. That's the fucking one. I fucking hate. I don't mind requests. I really do try to like change my narrative of it,
Yeah.
like in my perspective. Not everybody's a DJ. Not everybody works in nightlife and understands why it's annoying. Some people work 9 to 5s, have kids.
Right.
You know, they have to fucking get a babysitter, and going out is a big deal. They just want to hear their song.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't fucking Chuck E. Cheese. This isn't a wedding. This isn't fucking, you know, a
This isn't your
karaoke
fucking
bar.
car.
This isn't your car. This isn't a karaoke bar where you get to choose the song.
Right.
If you give me a request that's like in the lane that I'm doing, I got you. No problem. Like if I got it, I got you. You know, I got a request like last night I'm playing Disco House. That's the gig.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody hit me with Daft Punk, got it. Somebody hit me with Purple Disco Machine, got it. Somebody tried to hit me with like dubstep trap. I was like, don't got it. Fuck out of here. Jack Harlow. And you've seen the booth where I work, like we all screen.
Yeah.
You can talk to me.
Yeah.
Why are you still putting a phone on?
Right.
And I say no. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, why? Like, why did you just say something? What? Put your stupid ass phone off your forehead and use your words.
People need to learn etiquette when they come out.
And then they like, you need to understand. I mean, only DJs listen to this fucking show. So it's just to me, it makes more sense to be like, what am I listening to? Oh, we're listening to house. I probably shouldn't ask for reggaeton. I probably shouldn't ask for rap. We're listening to house, right? Like this is a house venue.
Right.
Like, and so I tell them, yo, in the backyard, they're playing hip hop. Go yell at that DJ. Give him your cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, we'll play reggaeton. And this one lady, I was like, no, we're only playing house up here. I'm not gonna play whatever she requested.
Yeah.
She goes, where's your Tupac? And I was like, we're playing house. And she's like, what? Like, what? I was like, this is a house venue. I go, they're playing hip hop in the back. And she's like, me. She does like a thumb down, like, and I was like, you could go somewhere else. Like, you don't have to sit and listen to house. There's 10 venues on this block.
I am not forcing you to be here at all. Matter of fact, I don't even want you here.
Now and like, I'm not gonna sit here and talk with you either. And then she's like, oh, but you guys are doing a good job. And I'm like, what? Like, at this point, I'm not engaging. I have to work.
Yeah.
Why? Like, just hanging out, watching me. I really, really do try my best to be like cool with requests. But like when people are jerks, that's when I'm like, yo.
That's where my line draws, man. This is what I hate too. I hate this. I know you hate requests, but
here's a request. That's
don't
my
talk to me if
favorite.
you know the answer
We had
already.
one of those last night too. I had a girl came up. She's like, "You guys are great. I love when they start with, I love what you're playing. I love your vibe. Blah 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 blah." I know requests suck, and then you follow up with a request.
If you know requests suck,
if you could just do, if you could just, I don't know what that is. I don't know what people like. I don't know what the joy is of putting in a request. Maybe it's just because I've never that's not true. I've made a request before. I've never understood. Maybe there's just some sort of like, we get that feeling all the time. We have the power to choose the song.
Right.
So maybe there's something empowering about being like, hey, I
chose I told him to play that song.
Hey,
yeah, it might be. Yeah.
A little shine.
Yeah. Definitely might be. For sure. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Real quick. LMA came out with a LMA came out with an album.
I had no idea.
Produced by Mustard again. Great.
I liked her last stuff.
I did too. This one's again good. I like when Mustard dips into his R&B bag. Mustard's a very good R&B producer.
He's cool. I like Mustard. I'm curious to hear what this sounds like, because I know for a minute, like, Feelings was huge.
Yes.
I'm excited to hear this album.
It's a good album. It's a good listen. She has Kirk Franklin on it too. Yeah, shout out.
That's cool.
Shout out.
I don't know why I get excited about it, like a obscure feature.
I love it. I love obscure features.
I just learned Kenny G was on that one Kanye Jesus album. Not Jesus, but the Christian album.
Yeah.
The gospel one. I didn't know Kenny G was on it. It's a weird song, but it's cool.
So good. Future's album came out. I liked it. Showed a lot of maturity. He's still King Toxic, but
I think people regard. I'm wondering on your opinion on this. Okay. Do you think Future is one of the best rappers of today? Like, is up there? Like,
let me just put it this way: March Madness is one of the best rap songs.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing. I just I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm putting Future up there as one of the best. I'm not putting Future in the Rushmore, my Mount Rushmore of that timeline. You know, it's still Drake, Kendrick, Cole.
Okay.
Within that, and then everybody else just falls under that. So Future does fall under that, but Future's at the top of falling under that though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Young Thug Gunner. They got a little Rico charge right now.
Damn,
but it's weird because they're using their lyrics.
I hate when they do that.
That's so whack. It's so whack.
But if there's evidence, hey.
Okay. If there's evidence, yeah, I get that. But if there's no evidence, man, the boys are just talking. Like, they're actors.
It's art.
Let them act.
It really do be fucking me up sometimes when I hear rappers like get in trouble for the shit they're rapping about. I'm like, oh, dude.
Right. So weird.
You kept it too real.
Yeah, man. And then last but not least, before we close it out,
Kendrick.
Candyman's back.
I listened to it entirely yesterday.
Thoughts?
I liked it. I was talking to a friend before I listened to it. Everybody's been hyping it up. Everybody loves it. I do have one friend that was like, I'm not in, honestly. Fair. And he's a rap fan. Like, he likes rap more than I do. And usually we're kind of like have similar tastes. And I was like, I told him, I was like, when Damn came out, I really wasn't that into it. It wasn't my favorite Kenny album. To this day, my favorite Kendrick album is Good Kid.
Okay. Yep.
Damn wasn't it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to go back and revisit it because he was like, if you didn't like Damn, you're not gonna like this.
This is very much within Damn. This is not.
It's not Good Kid.
It's not Good Kid. It's not Pimp a Butterfly either.
No.
This is more. Yeah, this is more of the Damn realm.
Yeah. And so he was like, if you don't like Damn, you're not gonna like this. So when I listened to it, nothing in it is like it's a concept album. It's a lot of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. But that's what we get from Kendrick, though.
Yes, every time, regardless of like the other stuff. But it's very melodic. It's long.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like the storytelling aspect. It's a full front to back listen.
It is.
Which for me is it made for a good album. I had a good time. I probably won't go back and listen to it for a while though, because it doesn't have anything that like took me that I'm like, I just want to hear this and throw it on a playlist and hear
Gotcha. For me, I'm revisiting this album a lot because it's a lot to digest. He's really talking some shit. Everybody was starving for substance rap.
Yes.
And he came at the right time with that.
I agree. So,
yeah, I applaud Kendrick. I mean, for me, he knocked us out of the park.
My rap appetite has been very much filled lately. Like Pusha T's album, Action Bronson's album, Kendrick's album. I'm excited. Today I'm listening to Black Star's album.
Okay, yeah.
I'm stoked. And I do want to revisit a couple songs on this Kendrick album.
Man,
it's a lot of
this
shit.
This album is for me. This album is for me.
There's a lot of like stuff that we talk about regularly, cultural things.
Yo, he flipped Marvin Gaye.
And that song's not even on the album.
I know.
Which in this day and age doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter. But you know his heart songs are Lucy's anyways.
Yeah.
But what a song,
when I heard that one, I was like, oh shit, I'm excited for the album. I was hoping it was gonna be like that, but it wasn't, and that's fine. Whatever. Yeah. Because it's fucking digital age. I could just click the song.
Yeah.
It's not like I bought the album and I'm missing out on a song that
right.
Buy the single. Like, there are certain songs on this album that I do want to revisit and like really like give a headphone listen to.
You need to go back to Die Hard.
Yep.
Go back and listen to Rich Spirit.
What's the Father Time?
Yeah, Father Time with Sampha.
Yep. Want to re-listen to that. The one with his girl.
Ghostface.
Oh, the one with Ghost I liked. I like that one. And the Baby Keem one.
The one with his girl when she's talking to him, yelling
the
at
argument song.
Yeah.
What's that song called? Cry Together?
Cry Together. We Cry Together.
We Cry Together.
Yeah.
That song is triggering.
Oh, that song triggered you, huh?
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
That song is very triggering. That is my fucking 20s.
Oh shit.
That is most of my 20s.
See? That's Kenny touching on all elements here, man.
Father Time, triggering song. That song is triggering. There's
Kodak Black had 2 features on this album.
I love that Kodak's all over that. I love that Kodak's on a fucking Kendrick album.
Yes.
Because that's like,
yes.
Kendrick recognized something in Kodak that a lot of people, I think, like kind of just dismiss about him. That he's like,
Kodak is the greatest. Kodak
he's a perfect example because this album talks so much about the toxic shit in the Black community.
Yeah.
And like Kodak is kind of like a depiction of a lot of those things.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I think to use like the juxtaposition of Kodak Black voicing some of these ideas was kind of a cool concept.
Absolutely.
And kind of, I mean, I don't know what he wrote I didn't look at the credits on anything on here, so I don't know if Kodak had any assist in the pen on this,
right?
Or ideas in this, but it's just a cool concept to bring somebody like that to project these ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what Dr. Dre did with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
and that's why I've been saying that Kodak Black is this generation's Snoop Dogg.
Well,
He will
no, because Snoop even early on was like kind of, because Snoop was like a really good rapper,
right,
but Kodak's not that.
but Kodak's a different kind of really good rapper though.
He's not like what most people would look at and be like, okay, this guy's got a pen. He's just fun.
Well, right.
So like, but like he's like ignorant, and he was like, glorifying all this, like all the shit we hated.
And
like Snoop
that's everything that Snoop embodied.
Yeah,
everything
but
that Snoop embodied is what Kodak embodies right now for this newer generation.
Like, if you're looking at like Doggy Style and like early Snoop,
that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the rap style. I'm not looking
like
at the penmanship. I'm looking at the overall like, person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that like toxic ass, what like our perception of him.
Yeah.
Being on a Kendrick album where he's talking about like breaking generational gaps and like, not having, like not having father figures.
Yep.
What that does to you, and therapy.
And
having Kodak Black on an album that talks so heavily on these kind of issues is like, I don't know, it's a cool concept.
Neek, I think you like this album.
No, that's what I was saying. I liked it. I like the content of it. I like the writing on it. It's an album that at some point I will listen to again. Like I said, there's certain songs that I do want to like give a more like in-depth listen to, instead of just like trying to power through the whole album.
Right.
But because it's not like jiggy.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm not gonna like put it on in passing in the car.
Yeah.
While I'm running errands. And I don't think that's a downfall.
It's not, yeah.
it's a different type of thing. I listen to this album the same way I would listen to like, I don't know, Pet Sounds, like songs in the Key of Life. Like this is a deep album.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like this is something that you have to like give your undivided attention
to. Yes. Smoke some weed.
Smoke some weed and listen to it. Vibe and listen to it. No distraction. Put your phone away for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And dial in. This isn't, light and incense.
Right.
you can't.
Right.
And because it's not like, this isn't like a Baby Keem album where you just throw it on and listen to it passive. You will dance.
True.
Do your dishes. Like this isn't
true. And then comparing the two and how Baby Keem won those awards, this is the album of the year. If you're gonna put Baby Keem like that,
yeah,
and give him those awards, you're giving this one album of the year.
I would love that, but the way I feel, and the way I view things, I just don't think albums that are artistically motivated and things like that get the love that they deserve.
I know they don't.
I would love in an ideal situation.
Isn't that why Macklemore apologized to Kendrick, right?
Yeah, because he's like, you obviously made a better album. Yeah, like your album is more important.
Yeah,
and you know what, Macklemore, his album was like, it wasn't jiggy. It did have that stupid thrift store song, but he had a lot of like political woke songs or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I don't know why with Macklemore I felt like it was like kind of like, what am I looking for? It's more like bait, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
And like just trying to like take advantage of a disenfranchised group of people to convert them into his audience. It felt disingenuous.
Yeah, now you're talking.
It didn't feel like we were really Like, think about like his gay song. I hate to just reduce it as a gay song because I don't know the name of it.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Same Love. That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Is that what it was called?
Same Love.
Yeah.
Macklemore,
When I
Same
was in
Love.
third grade, I thought I was gay.
Yeah. Well,
All
yo.
right, bro.
Like, and even if that's the case, whatever,
Yeah.
but like, no, you didn't. Just no, you didn't. Like, I don't believe that.
Yeah, he's pandering.
You're pandering. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. Like, it felt like pandering versus now Kendrick's song about his auntie. That's trans.
Right. Yeah.
And how, you know, at a certain time they were using the F word so freely. And the story of how his aunt was like, I can't really fuck with your music if you're using, you know, language that doesn't speak to me, that like is offensive to me.
Yeah.
And so then it came down like, cool, well, you can use that language if you also let the white girls that you're seeing call you a nigga.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I had to switch. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not pandering.
That's not pandering at all.
It's so personal, and we know it's personal because it's so detailed. Versus like in third grade, I thought it was gay because I liked pink. Like,
right,
like so vague and dumb. Like, so yes, I don't believe, as much as I would love for something as thought out, personal, and you know, time and years were put into this project, I would love for that to win an award, like album of the year. But the fact of the matter is that most people aren't going to listen to this album enough.
I don't know. We'll see, man.
Because it's not a fucking bop. It's not
it's
Drake's gonna win album of the year.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, Drake or whoever the fuck the equivalent to Drake is this year is gonna win album of the year.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna do it because it's a fucking pop hit. And at the end of the day,
and you know what?
A massive pop hit to do it.
And the thing is, too, Kendrick is not gonna. He's not gonna campaign for this.
No.
To even be up there in those talks, you know.
He doesn't care. Like at least what I would imagine, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He puts out art, and what comes of it comes of it. And if you question his rap ability, he will follow up with something hard and aggressive that you're gonna like.
Do we have 5 Kenny albums now? We have Section 80, Good Kid,
which is a mixtape.
but it's
now on album on streaming platforms.
So are we gonna count that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Section 80, Good Kid, Damn, or Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and then Big Steppers.
Big Stepper. Do you count Black Panther as a Kenny?
Oh, Black Panther too. Does Jay-Z count American Gangster as an album? One of his albums?
Totally.
So yeah, you got to.
And then what about what was that like unreleased, untitled album?
Oh yeah, unreleased, untitled too.
Fuck. Or not unreleased, but
or it's just called Untitled, right?
That's 7.
That's 7. Okay.
You know what's funny? I have to go back and listen because I remember the Untitled album. I just skimmed through it.
Oh, I did too. I need to go back too.
I never really gave that an honest listen.
Yeah.
Because I think I was just listening to see if there's any bops, and I never really actually like listen.
Yeah, I'm going to do that when we get off. I'm going to revisit that one.
Kendrick Lamar is an interesting artist.
I love, man. Kendrick Lamar is Basquiat.
I have to give my honest opinion on him. I like him. I've always liked his stuff since Section 80s when I got into him. But I didn't like all of Section 80. I didn't like every song on it. Good Kid is probably the most songs I've liked of Kendrick. And with every album, there's been a few tracks that I fuck with, but I don't always like everything from him, and that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Just because he's always fucking dipping around. Oh, I like it. That we'll wrap that up. I like it. It's not something that I'm going to listen to every day of my life. I have to give it my attention.
Yeah.
Quick shout out. We didn't mention Vince Staples' album finally dropped an album that I liked.
Yes. Vince
great. Finally dropped an album that I fucking liked. He's had singles, but never had a project. Cause I was like, fuck, like for this guy being like West Coast Crip rap, it's not it's too artsy and like experimental and melodic, and I just wasn't like feeling it. finally we got just a straight up rap album with just beats and rap, and I'm good. Like, I know that's kind of like
and no, it's not. It's not
a rough fucking critique of his, past music. That's not always the case.
It's not, because you still hear those elements in this one, but he toned it back.
He pulled back.
He pulled it back a little bit.
We've always known that.
Yeah, but he pulled back the experimental a little bit. It was still.
He went through like what I feel was like a weird experimental stage, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to use the term weird. That's fucked up. But
it's not weird, but yeah, he was finding that sound.
He was trying to get, and so I think he went back to like Mamacita and what's that song? North. Yeah, North. I love that song.
Yeah.
But that was the sound I've always been trying to get, like waiting for, and I feel like we're back to just fucking beats and rap now, and I really loved that Vince Staples album.
Vince will go down as not just his rapping, but Vince will go down as one of those people in hip hop like Nori, like how Nori is with Drink Champs. That's how Vince will be.
I could see that.
Not saying that he's gonna do like a Drink Champs or anything, but like that presence, him.
Like, because he's got so much.
He's so fucking smart.
Yeah, he's hella smart.
Yeah.
And I could see him being like some sort of a voice and mentor in the future.
Yeah, something like that.
But like even Nori had like crazy good music, and I feel like people forget about it. But he just had a lot of music that a lot of people didn't know about, maybe.
Right.
And just wasn't received well. So I could see that being the case. But if Vince stays here, I think Vince is gonna have something. Like, if we're gonna see a lot of Vince rap that we like, even if it's like kind of underground.
Right. Man, wrap this up, man. God, I like this pod, man. We were just talking shit. We were just talking shit today, man. Anything coming up, Neek?
In June, Paradise Fever is back. We're gonna do June 5th at Money Baby. And then June 16th will be my birthday celebration. We will be doing Paradise Fever at Rum Bar at the Mirage.
There it is.
So we have 2 Paradise Fevers in June.
Cool. And for me, just go on my IG, peep out my schedule. If you in Portland, come find me. I'm everywhere all at once.
Never there.
I'm never there.
You everywhere.
I'm everywhere, but never there. And yeah, that's it. Everybody stay safe. Stay safe.
Shout out to Phenom across the pond.
Shout out to Phenom and Eli. I hope you guys are surviving out there across the pond. Shout out to my girl Haley, because she's staring at me right now, just like staring at me.
What's up, Haley?
She's like, I'm not staring at you. Neek says, "What's up?" But yeah. You guys stay safe, and peep us next week, man. We'll be back. Same bat channel, same bat time. You know what it is. Oh, Morbius is on streaming now. Not streaming, but Plex.
Who cares? That movie sucks.
I'm not gonna pay for it at theater, so that's why we're watching it on Plex. Let's go. Peace out, y'all.